Now let's talk about the new facelifted Skoda Yeti. Ashish Jha was in Srinagar with the car. Here's the review.
It's always been touted as a capable and impressive machine, but the Yeti never really saw enough sales to make Skoda seem thrilled about its performance. And now there's this, a new Yeti. But to be honest, it isn't really new. Facelift then would be the right word, a mild and mostly cosmetic one at that. When the new Yeti was unveiled in 2013, our first impressions were that Skoda had taken away from the individuality and quirkiness of its design. That impression of the design doesn't change much as we get it here in India. The single-unit headlamp cluster isn't as brash and exciting as the model it replaced, and the appeal is somewhat lacking. At the front, it's more about the horizontally accentuated design with the revised grille and redesigned headlights. The rear has been worked upon to give the tailgate a contemporary look, while the rear light clusters are shaped to reflect the characteristic Skoda C shape. On the inside, the Yeti gets a mildly refreshed dash and a new steering wheel. Also on offer are some decent add-ons, airbags, ABS, traction control, and a good deal of other features, the most useful and important of them being Bluetooth. But no USB and aux-in ports are on offer. Instead, there is one master port, which really isn't of much use unless you buy an add-on unit that will cater to whatever device you may have. Otherwise, the quality of the interior is proper top stuff. Now, we spent a couple of days driving the new Yeti through varied road conditions involving winding roads around some very picturesque landscapes. And it doesn't take long for us to assert that it remains an extremely good car to drive. A 110 horsepower is the amount of power the two-wheel drive Yeti makes from its slightly detuned version of the same 2-litre engine that powers the four-wheel trim. In its all-wheel drive form, it makes 138 bhp and 320 Nm of torque. The 2-litre diesel power plant is a 4-cylinder 16-valve unit that gets an electronic diesel control unit developed by Bosch. There is no automatic option, and the two-wheel model gets a 5-speed manual transmission, while the 4-wheel drive gets a 6-speed box. The new Yeti maintains most of its impressive driving dynamics. It is extremely good around corners, and the steering is beautifully direct. The suspension, however, felt slightly more unyielding, especially when going over uneven terrain at high speeds. In the four-wheel drive model, the Yeti has the same mechanicals as the outgoing model with the 5th generation Haldex 4x4 system. It may not be good enough to deal with serious off-roading, but it is going to be pretty competent in most of the conditions that our roads may offer. We wish that the ground clearance was a bit more though. At 180 mm, it does tend to scrape its belly when going over some sharp speed bumps or slightly deeper potholes. The Yeti 4x2 is priced at 18.99 lakh rupees and the 4x4 gets a sticker price of 20.53 lakh rupees, both ex-showroom Delhi. Both come only in one elegance trim. Skoda might not be looking at big numbers from the new Yeti, but the select few will have little to complain about this facelifted urban SUV.